My name is Father John Walsh, and I've been a priest for 46 and more years. I've had a wide variety of ministries. I've done ministry in terms of being chaplain of the police department, the fire department. I've worked in several parishes and several schools where I taught. I taught at Concordia one course a semester for 22 years. And the moment they didn't have money for me at the university, I started at CJAD as a talk show host for 15 years and retired a year and a half ago. And I've had a wide variety of people come in and out of my life, and it's been a very rewarding experience. What drew me to priesthood was that I knew a couple of priests whom I really admired. Their work and their ministry was fascinating to me. And so one of the priests said to me, "Have you ever thought of becoming a priest?" And I said, "No way." And he said, "Look, try it for a year." And now, more than 50 years later, I'm still attached to and bonded to the Catholic Church, and saw it through many, many stages of its own development in my own life. So three of us, an imam, a rabbi, and myself, were invited to spend a whole day together telling people who belonged to an international association why we were who we were. And we really became, over that day, intertwined in our lives. We saw the same human experience, and we saw this ability to be able to share a religious experience. And so the three of us, Rabbi Chaim Steinmetz, Imam Ziad Delis, and myself, began the blog because we felt that was a way of being able to put it out there to the public. I would say today we're talking about a worldwide church. And in a worldwide world, in this global village in which we live, we can say to ourselves that our neighbors, whether we like it or not, are not necessarily of the same faith as the neighbor on my left and the neighbor on my right. And once that happens in your life, you're converted to see that the world is not the world you grew up in. And the world in which we live today is a multifaith world. And we're doing that on our streets, and we're doing that in our cities, and we're doing that in our world. So if I want to understand my own faith, I have to be able to understand how that faith has either an impact, or at least the ability to impact, on me, and then on the world around me. And in the world around me, necessarily I have to have a dialogue with other people of other faiths. Not only Jews and Muslims, but also Hindus, Sikhs, Buddhists, people of all faiths. Technology has changed me as a person, changed me as a priest. If you surf the net, if you have Twitter and you have Facebook, you have a way of being able to reach the world that you didn't have before. So you can't be, you can't be closed in. You're going to be open out all the time. You're always opening out to the world. And it's an exciting world, and I don't believe as a Christian or as a religious person that the secular world is my enemy. I think we have to find ways to dialogue with the secular world. When I got into radio for 15 years, it enabled me to reach communities that I wouldn't otherwise have reached. And I entered into communities that I otherwise would never have been able to. I was in the black community, I was in the Jewish community, the Muslim community, I was in the community of Montreal. It also opened me to the fact that you have to look at the world today to be able to understand who you are. And that's why the tensions are there, that's why you're excited about it, that's why you have an opportunity. And so my quest through interfaith dialogue, again through faithblender.com, again through the radio, again through my everyday world, is simply to be able to say that I have the opportunity that so few people have. And I think if we're going to reinvent church and reinvent mosques and reinvent religion, it begins by saying, I'm nobody's stranger. And many years ago there was a delicatessen in Montreal, and on the top of its matches it said, "You enter a stranger here only once." And I figured if we could put that over every church, and every mosque, and every synagogue, and every library, you enter here a stranger only once. You leave as a friend. And once you're a friend of somebody's, then you've reinvented yourself.